What if the champion had to fight the number 10 contender above them? Yeah, that's right. Today I'm combining this masterpiece here, how would the champion do against the one above them, with another one of my masterpieces, what if the champion had to fight the number 15 contender? You combine both of those videos together and you get what we're doing today. What if the champion had to fight the number 10 contender above them? Because when we did the how would the champion do against the one above, most champions couldn't beat the one above them. And when we did what if the champion had to fight the number 15 contender of their division, you know, most champions could take out the number 15 contender of their division. But now we're doing it a little bit different. Could they move up but take on someone a little bit less different? Yeah, I know, right? I've got the best ideas in the game, combining two of my great videos. Let's see how the views go. And we're doing the number 10 contender, not the 15, because I just think the matchups are more interesting. How would the champion do if they moved up, but for someone in the rankings? That's right. And we'll start with the Flyweight division, Alexandre Pantoja, and you'll see why I didn't choose 15. The matchups are so much better with the number 10 contender. Pantoja, he moves up to Bantamweight. He takes on the number 10 in the world. Who is that, you might ask? Very interesting matchup, I think. Henry Cejudo is sitting at number 10 in the world for the Bantamweights right now, and he's obviously got an Olympic gold medal, a real grappling base, and that's what Pantoja likes to do. If they were scheduled for 5 rounds, what would happen? Could Pantoja knock off the number 10 contender? I actually think yes. Now, some simple-minded people might go gold medal, grappling, bigger a little bit. No, Henry wins. I was going to call him Sir Henry Cejudo there. And I actually could find your reasoning there. He's a little bit bigger, good pace and stuff. But I just think at this point in his career, Henry's not showing us anything. Pantoja's looking great. I actually think he could take the back of Henry in moments and get this one done over 5 rounds. He does it all the time. But if you were to say, no, I actually reckon Henry edges this one out, Pantoja slows down, Henry's not going to get dominated in the grappling, it'll probably be a striking matchup, I actually could see that. I really do think that's a super interesting one, but I would personally pick Pantoja. I would trust in him, and I usually don't trust in him. I reckon he beats Henry Cejudo. But how would the Bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili do if he had to move up and not fight Volk, but fight the number 10 contender in that division? Who is that, you might ask? This is actually real tough. It's Gene Silver at the moment. Yeah, that's right. You go over to the rankings. Here they are. Maybe I'm covering them. Number 10 there. And 15, it would have been Giga. So that's not that fun. And Montel Jackson. I don't know if Pantoja actually would have beaten Montel Jackson, but I just think number 10's more interesting. Gene Silver versus Merab Dvalishvili. I don't hate you if you say Merab wins, but I kind of think Gene might have it. Just way too big. We already seen Bryce complaining about how Gene would just shuck him off and kind of manhandle him. Now Bryce has gone down to bantamweight and really ragdolled someone a little bit. So maybe Gene's just too big and physical. He's also 28. But maybe Merab's strategy of just single leg dump, get back up, maybe it just works on Gene. First time Gene would be going 5 rounds as well. So that is a tough matchup. But I actually would say Gene's just got too much pop in his shots, too good of reflexes, and Merab's not going to be able to gain respect on the feet, and Gene would just lull him into a false sense of security. I'm not sure, but I actually reckon that one's tricky. Like, maybe I'm just doubting Merab and he just goes out there and 50-45s Gene Silver easily. Like, there's been a lot of times where I'm like, nah, Merab doesn't get this one done, and he easily does. So, yeah, I reckon that one's pretty interesting. I reckon Gene wins, though. Maybe knocks Merab out eventually. Hopefully Gene's a better well, not a better fighter, but hopefully Gene would get it done. But yeah, moving up to the lightweights now. Nope, featherweights. Volkanovski's the featherweight champion. Could he move up and beat Ilya? No. But could he move up and beat the number 10 contender? Who is that, you might ask? Now, this one is cool. Oh, I don't know. Fiziev versus Volk? A couple years ago, I would have definitely said Volk. But Fiziev still losing to Gaethje. Like, Volk's better than Gaethje, right? Who wins if Volk goes up and fights Gaethje? Like, I feel like most of us pick, but they're like the same stature, probably the same speed as well, good hooks and good power Fiziev has. God, I like that, and I just don't know who would win. I'd actually maybe just trust Volk, I think. That would be the pick. I'd have no confidence. And Fiziev's 32 as well, beat Bahamondes, but God, the Gaethje performance is so weird, but does Volk have the power to really do that? Or Oh, God, right? Who are you picking in that? Please leave a comment. Who are you picking in that one? Fiziev or Volk? I actually don't know. But I'd go Volk. 5 rounds as well, actually. I didn't think about that. Because these are all 5 rounds. They're defending their belt against the number 10 above. 5 rounds. Fiziev will probably have that in his mind. Shit, this is 5 rounders against Volk. I always gas out. So I would trust him. But if you were to take Fiziev by a quick KO early doors, Volk just can't take a clean shot. I wouldn't hate you. But the lightweight champion, Ilia Topuria, would he be able to move up and fight the number 10 in the world? Obviously, JDM cooks him, but could he cook the number 10? Who is that, you might ask? Now, this is a super intriguing matchup. That's why I picked number 10. Jeff Hands of Steel Neal versus Ilia. Striking matchup on the feet, boxing in the pocket. And am I crazy, or Ilia just beats him to the punch and probably leaves him out cold? I truly believe that one. Way faster, heavy hands, superior boxing. Jeff's actually been in a couple wars lately, been taking some damage, been outdone. I really trust Ilia in this one. I think this might be one of my most confident picks on the whole video. Actually, wait till you see who Jack's fighting. He kills him. But Ilia versus Jeff Neal, really banger fight. And Jeff's a big boy, so maybe he muscles Ilia around. He does have a good chin and good boxing. So this is a sick fight, but I just would trust in Ilia to get in the pocket, head movement, make Jeff miss, and crack him big with a nice shot. JDM is the welterweight champion, of course. Who would he fight if he had to go up to the middleweight division and fight number 10? It would have been Kopylov. He would have destroyed him. Brendan Allen, though. What does he do to Brendan Allen? He kills him as well. He kills him as well. JDM versus Brendan Allen. Cool fight. Probably the one that gets the people least in the seats on the whole video. A bit of whatever. But I would like to see it because I just reckon JDM would have an all-time performance, just beating the shit out of Brendan Allen with his sick boxing. BA doesn't have the takedowns to get jacked down. I just think this is night and day. He's going to kill him. I reckon Bilal Muhammad could probably go up there in 50-45 Brendan Allen. So I reckon JDM goes up there and beats the shit out of him and eventually knocks him out. And that would be a good fight, good beatdown. An easy win for Jack. But what about Dricus du Plessis? Obviously, he reigns over middleweight and he reigns supreme fighting Hamzat. But could he move up to light heavy and take on a big boy, a light heavyweight? The number 15 contender at light heavyweight at the moment is Alonzo Manifield. Dricus versus Alonzo, that's a cool fight. But it's cool that we could trust Dricus against the big light heavyweights. Like an Alonzo Manifield, I reckon he goes out there and fucking smokes. Someone else he smokes sitting at number 10, who probably won't be there for long because he just lost to Bogdan Guskov, but, for the video's sake, he's there right now. What does happen if Dricus went up and fought Nikita Krylov, who loves, the village idiot, who loves running in and getting KO'd these days? Well, I reckon Dricus fucks him up. Yep. I feel like as we go to the bigger weight classes, you can see, the champions kind of just definitely beat the bigger guys. The lower weight classes, it's definitely iffy. And they could give him trouble. Like a better Krylov, that would have been a fun fight. And honestly, these guys are both wild as well. But Krylov coming off 2 KOs, he'd get absolutely killed. These days, JDM versus Brendan Allen, that's a killing too. Alright, and last but not least, sorry, Tom Aspinall always gets the short end of the stick in these videos because there's no one above him to actually fight. But anyways, he would murk anyone in the UFC, so it wouldn't be that fun to divulge on him. But Magomed Ankalaev moves up. And he takes on a fatty. Number 10 in the world. We know there's only 5 good heavyweights. So this guy's probably going to be fat. Honestly, number 15 would have been a bit cooler. Rizvan Kuniev is number 15 in the world. Him versus Magomed, 2 big Russians. But we're not doing number 15. We're doing number 10. Who is number 10 somehow, even though he's lost 5 fights in a row and is obese? Well, it's Bam Bam Tuivasa. What happens if Magomed went up and fought Bam Bam Tuivasa? 5 rounds as well. So, no, this is 5 rounds. So, yeah. Bam Bam wins. Knocks him out. No, all right, fine. Magomed probably wins. Does he knock him out, though? I don't know. Maybe eventually. Not early doors, but maybe early doors. I don't know. But, yeah, weird one and not the coolest one. But, yeah, that's kind of the video. How long did I go for? Nearly 10 minutes. We're just combining a couple of my good videos for a good idea today. Maybe I can combine this 600 views with this 2,800 and do a 3K video. I think this is a good idea because obviously the champions sent the one below them packing and most of the champions could defend against the number 15. But what if the champion moved up against a number 10 contender. I just think, God, I'm good with these, right? It's like, I patted myself on the back when I came up with this one. I was just looking through, really thinking, looking at some of I was legit doing this, scrolling through like, next champion in every division, one unranked fighter who would, okay. Bing, light bulb goes off, light bulb goes off, and bang, I've made a masterpiece, another banger for you guys. What do you think of the thumbnail as well? And yeah, I'll head off there. What if the champion had to fight the number 10 contender in the division above them? Would they be able to defend their belt? Or is the bigger guy with a bit lesser skill just too much for them? I'm not sure. Well, I am sure. I just broke it down, but yeah, all right, that's enough. Fucking hell. Oh shit.